first series that comes to mind when considering the broad concept of adventure is Ys, where protagonist adult Kristen lives his life pursuing the sheer thrill of the notion. And while every entry sans Ys origin features a new standalone journey of Adol for future generations to ponder via his travel logs, none have embraced the collective nuance of adventure as much as Ys X Nordics. Utilizing unused Ys 7 ideas for the sea, Ys X Nordic finally lets fans explore the ocean at their leisure, with a fully decked out ship called the Sandras and an accompanying crew that gradually grows as you progress the overall narrative. This implementation seems to be characteristic of Ys that an outside party may find it astonishing that it hasn't been executed before, but I mean, when considering the sheer scope and ambition of exploring the merged environment, it makes sense it took this long to enact effectively. This ship system goes the full 9 yards, with plenty of cosmetic and practical customizations at the helm of you reaching new areas, plus outright ship battles against the antagonist force occur regularly. These bouts morph from cannon-filled endeavors to in-person encounters by boarding the opposing ship. The interiors of these vessels are even dungeons themselves, with truly significant gameplay-enhancing rewards at the heart. The shining strengths of adventuring are also transparent due to their truly vast region-specific maps that, in macro sense, dwarf the presentation of the previous games by a landslide. What also contributes to this general childlike delight is the younger age of the protagonist. Far contrasting the 24-year-old adventurer seen in Ys 9, Adol is 17 years old here. This game takes place soon after his debut journeys in the land of Asteria and the titular locale of Ys across Ys 1 and Ys 2. Adol is still a fresh face and relatively inexperienced youth. Despite his standout notable accomplishments from the first 2 Ys games, he lacks the experience and history to truly seem reliable. Still, this justifiable naivety works out in the setting's favor as Adol's youth makes the central conflict and world seem significantly more threatening. Of course, when considering the series' hindsight, Adol's morality is never necessarily in question, but the new faces he meets are not so safe. That is the strength of these more standalone adventures. The new townsfolk and allies are never truly off the chopping block of consequences. Ys 9 approached this concept with an inventive perspective-shifting mechanic instilling consistent tenseness in the scenes. On the other hand, Ys 10 returns to the foundations of the character of fixed world building. While I've rarely played Ys for the narrative alone, there is undeniably something captivating about playing a new journey from Adol's beginning years, akin to imagining color within a black and white photo. Thinking of Adol at this age brings to mind the classic 80s aesthetic of Ys 1, so seeing the specific point of time presented in a modern engine is truly kind of jarring. On that same note, Ys X Nordics can also be fantastic for first-time players. Nearly every entry in this series can be someone's first without worry, yet Ys X is undeniably one of the most welcoming. Besides being the new hot product on the block, the place this occurs on the timeline can aid intriguing prospects, so there's really no need to be intimidated here. There's plenty to say and peruse regarding Ys X Nordic. Its combat system and character dynamics are wholly refreshing components providing inherently greater gameplay individuality than what the past 4 entries brought to the table. Still, the probably overlooked setting and premise offer a more nuanced adventure than what many would consider. The collective potential of Ys is truly boundless, and Ys X Nordics represents that reality tenfold. We're excited to delve deeper into Ys X Nordics when it's released on October 25th, 2024 for PS4, PS5, Switch, and PC. Thanks for watching. This video is brought to you by our supporters on Patreon. Noisy Pixel is run by a group of gamers providing independent gaming coverage through news, reviews, previews, and more. Check out our Patreon to help support our continued growth, and subscribe to keep up with all our future content.
Noisy Pixel.